Yes, you know what? I asked you for having a session right now. It was just because I don't want to make you bother because you were asking me for a session and then you have to wait for coming 5 days. So that is the reason. Okay, so generally I don't take sessions late night, but yes, today it is Sunday and I was free. That is the reason I just asked you.
See, I don't have any problem to have a session. And today, I mean, so you are the third person. You have a YouTube channel, and I have spoken to Ashutosh and some other person.
Yes. Yes, and I have my setup here because I take regular classes. So I have my setup. I don't have to bother much. Whenever there is a class, I can take class immediately. But yes, I should have time. So that is it. So before we move further, yes, Ajay, I want you to introduce yourself.
Yeah, okay. Already you know that this is recently I have done my graduation in BSc.
Okay, fine. Fine.
For last 4 months, I have been staying at home, and so I am planning to study another 2 years, and I am into it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, fine. That was wonderful. So yes.
And if I talk about my hobbies, I do have two hobbies. Like so, when I get free time, so I love to watch movies. So I don't go, and every time I keep staying in my room. If I talk about second hobby, so I do play cricket in my leisure time. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
wow. My son is also into cricket, but he does not have any partner to play. So he always, requests me to enroll him to any cricket academy. But the thing is, he's studying in ninth standard, so I just want him to concentrate on his studies because I don't want him to get distracted. Okay, so you watch movies. Which type of movies? If I ask about genre, so which kind of movie you like to watch?
so. If I talk about the genre, so I mean, if I get to know that suspense movies like justice, I mean, like investigation movies, I would like to watch.
Okay, okay. Do you watch Hindi movies?
I don't watch Bollywood movies, so I prefer to watch Tollywood only. So sometimes
Okay,
I also watch Bollywood movies.
okay. And do you know Hindi?
No, I don't.
No. Ah, okay. Not at all. Like you can't understand it or you can't speak it. How's it?
I mean, I often watch some videos which are related to spoken English. I mean, so they have taught something in Hindi.
Huh? So you don't get that.
Sorry?
If any video is in Hindi, so do you get that or you don't get that? If it is in
No,
Hindi, huh?
videos are in Hindi, so I get to watch. I mean, I can understand, but not
Okay.
100%.
Huh. Okay, you can have that idea, whatever the person is telling about. Okay, and what are your plans? What do you want to do if I talk about your career? So, what are your goals?
Yeah, okay. So let me tell you my goals, and I do have two goals. One is long-term goal. I want to mention my long-term goal. So I want to help a few students who are willing to speak in English. And for last one year, I have been working on my communication. So I don't have any problem. So even nowadays, when I get free time, so I get to watch a lot of videos which are related to spoken English. Now I completely focus on parts of speech. If I'm
Hmm.
not good in English, then how can I help children? Because they might ask a lot of questions. So it would be better to focus on grammar before I will get into teaching.
Yes.
And I want to work in IT sector, so I don't have other plans. And I want to study MBA right now. I'm into it. Yeah, that's it.
Wow, that's great. Actually, you are pretty good at your speaking skill, I would say, because I have my students from south side, specifically from Andhra, so I have to work on their accent, some kind of. But you are speaking quite well, so that's wonderful. It means you are practicing hard because you have that particular accent. If I talk about south, like yellow, so I have a student, he used to, like, he pronounced it as yellow, so I'm always telling him Rishi, just try to say yellow, but in his random tone he used to say, right? So but you have good hold on your pronunciation. Okay, so if you want to ask me, you are free to ask if there's any question or query.
So you do teach English, and so when have you started your journey? I mean, how did you start? How did you come up with this thought that you want to teach English to students?
So I would say that since my childhood, I always wanted to become a teacher, and yes, I love this language, and I had that passion to do something because I belong to a very small village in Himachal, and if I talk about my schooling or college time, I am a Hindi medium student, typical government. school student, right? But I was pretty good at English. But to be good at grammatical concepts or with poetry or literature, I don't think so. It helps in any way to be good at your communication skills. So then I did my masters in English, and then I got married. I became a mother, but I never stopped. I kept upgrading myself in one way or the other. And yes, during lockdown, when pandemic just hit all around the world, then we were locked here and we were just watching others videos, be it blogs, any videos, because during lockdown, it was during lockdown that online education system was introduced in villages or rural areas. Okay, I was familiar with Zoom or Google Meetup, but I never used these kind of apps for my teaching purpose. So then I thought that I should also start taking classes. And by that time, I just started uploading my videos on YouTube, and I'm telling you, it really helped me. It really helped me to gain that confidence while speaking. Otherwise, I used to get nervous at times whenever, there like whenever I had any conversation with a stranger. I wasn't that confident. And yes, then came the Skype app in my life. I wasn't aware that YouTubers are having a conversation on Skype app, bro. So when like I started having conversation earlier, I used to uh, get hesitant while speaking with others. And you know what? You are the first person whom I just asked upfrontly to have a session right away. Otherwise, whenever I get an email, first I check all the queries, like I check all the details. And I was also wondering that it was 8:40 when I asked you to have a session, but it was completely the reason because for the next 5 days I am going to be busy, and I genuinely don't want to make you wait because I don't feel it good. Sometimes it feels no ki maybe I am acting pricey, or I'm just pretending to be busy, but it is not, because I am a homemaker.
Okay.
Child, I do all my household stuff on my own. I don't have any house help. So I'm literally tied up with all the things. I have my household stuff to do. I have my these kind of sessions for my YouTube channel. Apart from my YouTube channel, I also run Facebook page. I have my Insta handle also, and I have my regular classes also. So it's not easy for me to tackle yes all the things together. That is the reason I just asked you that we can have session right away, because I was free. I was like ready to have that session. And yes, I went through your Skype profile also, and you just mailed me all your details. So I was pretty sure that you might be some sincere kind of person, so I can go and have a session. So that is the reason. Otherwise, I am pretty aware while taking sessions, because it's not easy. No, on social media we don't know who is the next person, who is going to be the person in front of us, what is his mindset or her mindset. So we have to specifically, we women have to little bit conscious. So yes, Ajay, now I want to know a little bit about your family.
So if I talk about my family, and so you can find four people, and I'm blessed with a sister. I mean, who has been working in Bangalore for last 1 year. And if I talk about my parents, so they both are farmers, and I'm a student. And besides, I do help my parents. So I have been helping my parents since I was a kid, and I do a lot of stuff in my daily activities. Yeah, that's it.
Very good, very nice. And how did it come to your mind that you should go for these kind of sessions? And how did you start your YouTube channel?
Okay, recently I have created my YouTube channel, and so I wanted to face camera, and I have already have said that I have been working on my communication for last 1 year. So I have spoken to a number of people, and I took down many contact numbers, people who reside in different parts in India. So on every Sunday I get to have a session with a random person. So one is from Noida, one is from Maharashtra, one is from Bihar, like that. And one day I thought, so why don't I communicate on video call? And I had to book some demo sessions like that. And one more thing, so in my free time, I do watch videos which are related to spoken English. And whenever I get to find a new video, so I go to check profile whether they have mentioned any
Mm.
mail or not. So it's my habit. if I don't check profiles, then how will I get to contact to them?
Yes.
So it is better to make a call video, to make a video call because they don't charge and they don't take money.
Yes.
So it is advantage. So I can
Mm.
easily have a session with them.
Exactly, exactly. So actually, you mentioned a good point because these conversation are like for free of cost, right? And
Yeah.
moreover, we get the recorded sessions that too without paying anything. So yes, so this is the like this is we are killing two birds with one stone, I would say. And have you ever taken any paid classes like Clappingo or English Yari? Have you ever taken?
Two demo sessions and I mean I have changed my mails. So on I mean two demo sessions on English Harry. So I mean her name is Sarika Poplani ma'am.
Yeah, right. I had so many sessions with her.
I love to talk with her and she gives I mean she gives proper feedback because every time I listen to her. So whenever I open YouTube, so I get to find her videos. So
Hmm.
whenever I find that video, go through with that video. So I love to take her feedback. Her feedback
Yes.
is most important.
Right. Actually, she is an experienced tutor. She is, and you know what? When I started, actually, I too never took any kind of subscription, but just for my channel because these kind of videos really get visibility. So I was looking for content of my channel. Then I came to know about English Yari and these like if I talk about Clappingo, Camly, if we compare, English Yari is, I guess, affordable platform. We can easily afford because I belong to a middle class family. So there was a time when I had that fear, sitting in front of Sarika ma'am and having conversation. But now, if you have gone through my last of my two videos, I had conversation with ma'am, and I was pretty confident. And you know what? I am like, okay, now I can say that okay, I am grooming confidently. Earlier I used because you know what? What was the reason? Whenever I sit in front of a person whom I know that that person is better than me, I get conscious. I start observing myself, and bus, then the game is over. When we get conscious, no, and when we start observing ourselves, then we naturally get stuck. It is very common. But now, be it Sarika ma'am, be it Shruti, tutor Shruti, I am comfortable with each or other. Even Megha Naik, she is a famous tutor of Clappingo, and now she is on English Yari. So yes, I had a conversation with her, and she complimented me, and I was like on cloud nine. So yes, if you practice, like practice and consistency, these two factors are necessary if you really want to ace your communication skills. Okay.
Actually, I want to become a public speaker in English. So right now I'm working on that, and three to four times I went on stage when I was pursuing my graduation. So I don't have any. So he told me that Adil, you speak well. So it doesn't mean that you became a public speaker. So
Huh.
speaking is from effective speaking.
Yes. You are speaking well, but you know, in between your voices, I don't know why it is just coming in bits and pieces. Maybe what is the reason? I'm like I have already told you that you are a good speaker. You're speaking confidently, but we need practice because, as I told you, that we are Indians. English is not our first language, and we need to work on our communication skills. And moreover, whenever you are dealing, whenever you are interacting with a huge audience, you need to be very expressive, not in terms of words only, but in terms of your expressions, your body language, right? And you should have that hold on your words. And that is like public speaker. To become a public speaker is not a child's play. It is a hard nut to crack, I would say. But if you are determined enough, nothing is impossible. So I'll be waiting for that day when you will be dealing kind of stage activity. So do share that video on your channel, and we all are here to watch you.
Actually, I do know basic like if anyone asks me, so what would you suggestions? I mean, what would you suggest to become a good speaker in English? So there are few points like so you should be aware of tenses. So there are 12 tenses. We are not aware of that. So there are some B forms: is, am, are, was, were. These are all B forms. So after B forms, so you can use a noun, adverb, adjective, past participle form, ing form. You are not, then try to focus on. tenses. So you must be good in tenses. So that allows you to become a good speaker. So I do know
Exactly.
some basics like that.
You know what? Like if I tell about my experience, we have like two options. One is if you want to become an expert of language, then you need to be very specific with all these concepts. Okay, as if we talk about Sarika ma'am or Shruti ma'am, they are dealing as an expert, so they need to be very particular with all this grammatically concept, because when we have that if I am sitting here as an expert, so I have to be quite correct. Okay, but yes, when you're a public speaker, so I don't think so all these things matter much. Yes, they do matter, but yes, if we are going little bit up and down, it will do. Because you know what, I have watched so many public speakers, so many celebrities, so many like famous personality. When you listen to them carefully, they do make mistakes. It is not that they are every time they are perfect, but yes, the only thing, the way they are presenting themselves, they
Body
present themselves, yes, in such a way that we don't notice their mistakes. We are just mesmerized with their presentable performance. So I don't think so. If you want to become a public speaker, you have much to do with all the grammatical stuff, but yes, if you do, then well and good. And if you want to become an expert of this language, then you have to be very conscious about all these concepts. So it's like my personal opinion. Rest, everyone has his or her goal
Yeah,
also.
right now I'm working on that, and so whenever I get free time, so I don't go out. So I mean, whenever I go out, so I can find my friends. So they want me to play some games. So it should be better to stay at
Yes.
home. We need to work on what we want to become.
That's wonderful, because that is the reason I always love to have interaction with younger people. You know why? Because people or boys of your age, they are all engaging in these kind of stuff, video games or mobile games or watching reels, shorts, right? Or most of the time, they themselves are making reels, but you are determined enough. You have just you are focused. You just want to fulfill your desire, or you just want to achieve your goal. So that's wonderful. So if I ask you any person, any one person whom you aspire or whom you admire in your life, who is that person?
My actor or friend, relative, who would be the person?
Yes, whom you admire actually, whom you really follow in terms of personality, behavior. So who is that person?
So already I have mentioned that I want to become a public speaker, and
Huh.
if you talk about politicians, so I look up to Chandrababu Naidu, who was
Oh,
Andhra Pradesh. So
yes,
he's
I
a
know that.
speaker. Yeah, every time if you ask me, so I should look up to Chandrababu Naidu, and but I don't have much knowledge about Chandrababu Naidu. And right now he has been sent in a jail, and every day, so I do upload status on my Instagram. People want to know, so which kind of person he is. He hasn't done any mistake. So I mean, I look up to
Hmm.
Chandrababu. Yes.
Okay, okay. Actually, I am also not into politics and kind of stuff, but yes, I have heard uh, his name. He's quite popular politician, and you know what? We can't say that if he is in jail because it's all about politics. We can't
Yeah.
predict anything, no. So that is it. But hope for the best. And have you had your dinner?
Actually, I do have different timings when I have to take dinner, but
Hmm.
I'm pretty sluggish because I don't take much time to go to sleep. So when I
Okay.
complete my dinner, within 20 to 25 minutes, I go to sleep. So I need
Okay.
to get rid of from this habit. But right now, sometimes I get confused. So how should I get over from this habit?
Okay, you can do one thing. Try to go for a walk after dinner. You can go for a walk.
Actually, I
That
have
is,
tried, but
mm,
I fail to get this habit. I mean, as a learner.
you can do that. See, generally, usually I have my dinner by 7 or 7:30, because yes, it is good to have your dinner before like 3 hours before you go to bed, right? Yes,
So,
you can do that. You can have your dinner and use your phone, take your earphone or headphone with you, and you can play any video regarding your English learning, right? And just listen to that vocabulary and just move on here and there. try to have that walk at least for half an hour. It will work for you.
And one more thing, so your voice is quite good, and if anybody listens to you, so they might, I mean, they might feel comfortable. So your voice allows them to feel comfortable. Yeah, it's good to hear.
Thank you so much. So generally, when I get compliment, I used to say you made my day. But now, what to say? I will have a sound sleep today because uh, right away, like after this session, I'm going to off to bed. So yes, getting positive feedback is always a kind of motivation, or works as a motivation. So should we end the session because it is getting longer?
Yeah, definitely. And so I request you that whenever you get free time, I mean,
Yes,
so
definitely, definitely. We will connect because we have our Skype IDs, no? So we'll connect again. Okay. So now have your dinner and go to sleep. And reason. Okay, Ajay. Then bye bye. Good night.